we talk about at great length how the Streisand effect is a real thing in politics, and how when you draw attention to something that for whatever reason doesn't need attention, when you go too far, then a lot of people start to notice. You see, if our channel got shut down completely and YouTube just said, hey, you bash Israel too much, we can't have you on there anymore, that would have the Streisand effect for our channel. Instead, what they do is they bury us in the corner and pretend like we don't exist.
Right.
So, for whatever reason, the UK seems to be a lot worse at this than the US is. The UK can't get out of their own way, and so they're just banning people left and right, including friend of the show, Cenk Uygur of the Young Turks.
Banned from the United Kingdom. They said that the British government has rejected my visa. They did not give an explanation at that time, but we now have the explanation. It was in an article in Times of London, as butchered as that article was, and I'll explain to you why they say that they're banning me and why I'm apparently a danger to the public order. I didn't know I had that kind of power. It's interesting. I walk into the public and people go nuts, apparently. And so what horrific criticism of the British government did I have? They said, oh, no, he didn't criticize the British government. You'll never guess which government's criticism got me banned from the United Kingdom.
Oh, my God, I can't fathom.
It must have been Qatar. Was it Qatar? Oh, no, it was the United Arab Emirates, Jen.
I was going to say, no, I was going to say something
Burkina
like,
Faso?
Chad, right? Like just pick a random country in Africa, whatever it is.
Jen, you know what I think it is? I think he doesn't like Armenians.
He doesn't like Armenians?
That's it.
I think it's the Chileans.
You know what? I didn't want to go there.
It's those Chileans. Look at that country. It's all long.
They keep persecuting the Argentinians, Jen. I mean, come on. You know, let's. But Cenk probably will let us know. Were we right? I mean, we had a lot of guesses here, so let's see.
You'll never guess it. I mean, you could take days trying to guess. Is it Iceland? Is it Paraguay? Is it Turkmenistan? Oh gosh, is it America? Is it Russia? Is it the UK? No. Oh, you guys already figured it out that it's Israel? Yeah.
You know, that was my next guess. That was my next guess. After about 5 others, but I was going to get there eventually.
It's Costa Rica. It's Costa Rica.
Exactly. That's the way it is.
Yes. I know it's shocking, but you are correct. I got banned from the UK, not for criticizing the UK, but for criticizing Israel. And so I'm going to show you exactly what they said and break it down for you because it is beyond absurd. So, and it feels weird, guys, honestly, like they literally took my freedom away. And I'll tell you this, when I was at the airport and they told me, and they're like, sorry, sir, you're not allowed to board the flight. You cannot travel to Great Britain. It felt like a little bit of a gut punch. And I'm surprised by that because it's kind of hard to shake me, right? But I think it's because I had a visceral reaction to having my freedom taken away. So I'm going to ask you guys throughout the video, what are we doing here?
Oh.
This is
crazy.
I'm going to smoke a big bowl on that. That's what I'm going to do because I'm so angry.
Yeah.
I'm so angry. And yeah, guys, again, I saw somebody very briefly say something about Cenk's a corporatist Democrat, and we're not going to get into that. I know that we know that's not the point, right? We all know that's not the point. This isn't a debate about whether we're not like.
We talked about this when Cenk has been on the channel. Cenk is a businessman. He is a chameleon. He will go where he has to go. But
he fights like a good fighter, and he fights for the least of these a lot.
Yeah,
a lot.
The one thing you could say about him and Anna Kasparian, there is no career advantage by going after Israel the way that those two do. None.
No, but the point is that I'm making is like, this is one of those things where I'm going to tell everybody in the chat, we're not debating the subject of the issue. The issue is the being banned for speech. Okay. That's the issue.
Correct.
Crazy. So now in Western governments, we're allowed to criticize Western governments. We're allowed to criticize our own government. We're allowed to criticize anything we like, except the government of Israel. If you don't think that's insane, there's something wrong with you. You're not getting it. Like, do people in mainstream media think that's normal?
Yes, because they're
Well,
paid to think that's. Here's the thing, Cenk, and you know, see, Cenk knows the answer to that. The people in mainstream media don't think. It's the whole point. So it isn't a matter of whether they think it's normal. They don't think at all. They're corporate whores. They're dancing for whoever their corporate sponsors is. And Cenk knows that, obviously. He was being rhetorical, but, you
yes.
know, yeah. So it's like, what is, you know, don't you think that they don't think? They dance.
And apparently Hasan Piker, his nephew, has also been banned from entering the UK. And again, it isn't like this is the absurdity, the lunacy of what they're doing here. This has nothing to do with them desecrating the Union Jack flag or threatening to, stuff Tommy Robinson in a kid's locker of which he would easily fit in. These are the types of things where you would think, okay, maybe they're being a little too detrimental towards British culture. But no, that is not what they're saying. They are freely admitting that the reason that they cannot enter the UK is because they're critical of Israel. Do you not understand how batshit insane that is?
Well, you think we're far from that? We're there too. We're
No,
there
but
too.
But what is the significant difference between the US and the UK?
We actually have a written First Amendment, but the UK has something that's similar.
And what else do we have?
I'm not sure where you're going.
We have an armed population.
Yes, but what I'm saying is that the infringement on freedom of speech has been equally bad here for truth tellers. It's not like this, we're not letting people come and go easily that have spoken out. You can ask people like Max Blumenthal what they've had to deal with coming back into this country after traveling abroad. So we've been having that for quite some time.
This is part of the reason why the libertarian movement has gained so much traction in the United States, because in the end, the one thing that they have always emphasized is not that it's all about the Second Amendment. It's that the Second Amendment is as important as the First. And I would agree. And we're seeing that in real time. And knowing that I've always said that this is the biggest reason why they really can't they can try to take over this country, and economically they obviously have, but militarily they can't, because more than half this population is armed. And they're armed to the teeth in many cases.
Oh, especially where I am.
So when Moms Demand Action and the likes of Shannon Watts get their panties.
What did that bitch rear her ugly head to say? Because I heard somebody going off on her. It must have been, who did I hear? Somebody was like going off on her.
Well, everyone says, like, who is the privileged white liberal that Malcolm X warned everybody
It might have been
about?
Katie. It might have been Katie.
Shannon Watts is that person. And so when people realize why so many cling, yes, is there gun culture? 1,000%. No getting around that. But do I think that there is a true conservative belief system in the right to bear arms because of the tyranny of the government? Yes, I do. I do think that is culturally embedded, and I think that's a big thing, especially for rural America, no question about it. And so it's going to get interesting to see what type of alliances start to get formed, because as we bring the conversation full circle, as you were alluding to earlier, the thing about, Jolly Good Ginger is that he's a veteran, and he's a veteran who served in combat. So you're talking about somebody who really understands warfare. And when a guy who understands warfare is saying it's revolution or bust, that's a pretty big deal. And he's not the only one who's thinking like that. We have our, veteran friends that are out there that they feel the same way. So who knows how big of a movement this is becoming. But if you think that banning Cenk and Hasan from the UK is smart PR strategy, I don't know who the hell you think this is helping. It's hurting the UK. Clearly, Ireland didn't do this because that's what makes them special. On top of that, this does not help Israel. This only hurts them more. And as we've often said, when it comes to Israel and their PR efforts, let them hang themselves, because that's what they're doing. We don't have to stop them from talking. Let them keep talking. and let them continue to show their entire ass. And no one is going to have a shred of sympathy for them when they completely collapse. And they will collapse.